So many young ones around the world have responded to their parents' fine instruction and expressed themselves from the heart. Let me share a few experiences that demonstrate this. One young person from the United States wrote in saying, "I'm 11 years old and I am an unbaptized publisher. I can't thank you enough for all that you do. I especially appreciate all the time and effort you put into the Caleb and Sophia videos. I love these videos. They help me to show good conduct at school. I'm grateful that you encourage family worship. You see, I used to have doubts about Jehovah. If it were not for the time at family worship, I probably would have drifted more and more. I love Jehovah and want to serve him, but I still have lots to work on. I hope you will make more videos to help me and other young ones to serve Jehovah with our whole heart and whole soul." We received this message. "Hi, I'm 10 years old. I just wanted to say thank you. When I grow up, I want to work in Bethel because I love Jehovah and want to make him happy. In paradise, I want to open a zoo without cages. Sending all my love." I recall I once met an 8-year-old girl in Denver, Colorado, who was baptized at 8 years of age. By that time, she had read the entire Bible through twice. Of course, each child is unique. Not all children become mature at the same rate or at the same point in life.
Baptized at 8 years of age. As you can imagine, viewers, this part made my blood boil, and I can imagine my feelings are the same as the feelings of many of you watching this. Many of you watching this, of course, will, like me, have been baptized as minors, pledging their lives to a religion they barely know when they are not of legal age. I was 11 years old when I made that commitment, a commitment I am still being held to now. You're not old enough to get into a financial agreement. You're not old enough to buy a house. You're not old enough to go to prison. You're not old enough to be employed. Your government, your state, your country views you as a child and treats you accordingly. But this is a religion that is proud of the fact that it increases its numbers by making children, persuading children to pledge themselves for life to the religion. And here Gerrit Lösch, governing body member, in the April JW Broadcasting episode, is bragging about the fact that he met an 8-year-old who got baptized at the age of 8. Actually, that's not the youngest in Watchtower publications. I've mentioned before an article in the 1992 Watchtower, March 1st, pages 26 and 27. In the summer of 1946, I was baptized at the International Convention in Cleveland, Ohio. Although I was only 6 years of age, I was determined to fulfill my dedication to Jehovah. 6. You know, when you're baptizing children as young as 6, 7, or 8, why not go the whole way? You know, that would be my argument. Why not just baptize babies? What really is the difference? Because my Jessica, my oldest, she is now 7, and next month, as I film this, so it might have already happened by the time you watch it, especially if you're watching the sushi, next month in May, she'll be having her 8th birthday. So she will be the age that Gerrit Lösch is describing here, I'm here to tell you, viewers, she does not have a clue. I mean, she made the really sweet video with me about unicorns, so I guess she's quite committed to that worldview. But really, I mean, she, for example, at the moment is into Star Wars, but I think that's mostly because I am. It could be that when she's in her teens, she finds Star Wars repulsive. Who knows? She's not a finished person yet. She is in a state of flux as regards her emotions, as regards her interests, as regards her ideas. And what does it say about a religion that is proud of the fact that it exploits this state of flux, this state of vulnerability, in order to drive home its message? I found it interesting that one of these notes that was read out by Gerrit Lösch, which, by the way, could easily just be manufactured. I mean, we're not being given any names, we're not being given any details. There's nothing to stop the writing team just writing these notes and saying, oh yes, I am 10 years old. But there was the one from the 11-year-old, and I found it interesting when Gerrit read this part of the letter.
I used to have doubts about Jehovah. If it were not for the time at family worship, I probably would have drifted more and more.
He's writing as an 11-year-old, and he's writing about having once had doubts about the existence of God. So he has already, at this young stage in his life, had atheistic leanings, and he's not been satisfied by any argument, any logical reason for God that he's expressing here. He's not saying, but I discovered this, and here's my evidence, and here's the reason why I believe. He's simply saying, frankly, I had it drilled into me at family worship. And how reprehensible, how disgraceful that this is an organization that is proud of the fact that it doesn't just baptize kids, it also pressures them into being believers, including believers in God. I mean, as an atheist, I'm looking at this story thinking, wow, you had it figured out as a kid. But how are you allowed to be an atheist in a Jehovah's Witness family? How is an 11-year-old Jehovah's Witness kid in a position where he can realistically go through life, go through his childhood and adolescence, saying, I doubt Jehovah's existence? Not going to happen, is it? Of course he had it pummeled into him at family worship. Of course he was essentially bullied into believing. This is child indoctrination, viewers, and it's how religions keep existing almost on life support, even though their ideas may be terrible, even though their ideas may make no sense whatsoever to grown adults. If they can at least pummel their ideas into young minds, proudly doing so in the case of Jehovah's Witnesses, they're in with a shot of staying around and staying popular.